Do not make the same mistake I made when I picked up this iPad Pro M4. This is a gorgeous machine. I mean, this is stunning. 5.1 millimeters thin, Ultra Retina XDR display, Pro Motion, 1000 nits, 1600 nits peak brightness HDR. I mean, this is gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. When Apple announced this last year in the UK, it blew everybody's mind. Nobody expected them to release an M4 chipset in an iPad first before even the laptops, but they did. However, when I picked up this iPad Pro M5 for review, I knew I made a mistake on this. What was that mistake? We'll get into all that in just a second. But first, let's talk about the journey with the iPad, because with this iPad Pro M4, this was, as I mentioned, very, very exciting. We never seen something like this from Apple and any tablet out there in the market. I mean, this is so powerful, so advanced, and it's so breathtakingly beautiful, and it's so intuitive to use. But the one thing that held it back, right, it wasn't what's inside of it. It was the operating system. And a lot of people said exactly what I felt. This has the power of a laptop, but the one thing holding it back from more people adopting it as their daily driver was the operating system. However, things changed at WWDC this year when Apple released iPadOS 26. And when they did that, that changed everything. Now you had a much more Mac OS experience, but iPadified, if you want to put it that way, right? It's all touch enabled. You have expose and tiling, and you have the menu bar on the top. You've got your three icons, your red, yellow, and green. So you could expand the windows. You can move them around. You could close them out. You could do background tasks. I mean, there's so much you could do with this. You have a preview app now in this. It was so intuitive, better file management system. It was great. I mean, people loved it. And I've been enjoying it ever since it came out. And now with the iPad Pro M5, this more powerful chipset, I mean, of course, it's more designed to be for, people that delve into the world of AI, LLMs, all that kind of stuff. We'll talk about that in a second. This could be the laptop replacement for a lot of people out there that want the flexibility of having a tablet that they can watch content on, play, showcase it, connect it to a display. Now it can run 120 hertz display externally. And then at the same time, you put onto this keyboard, you have essentially a Mac experience. Not 100%, but I would say about 85 to 90% for majority of people that are, daily drivers that just want to do emails, browse the web, do a little bit of photo, video editing, watch YouTube or Netflix or Disney Plus content or Apple TV Plus content. This is going to be enough for you. This is more than enough. And obviously you can push it even further. I mean, it's a powerful machine. I mean, you can really get into some heavy, hardcore usage. Now, again, I've only had it for a few days, so I haven't run it through its paces. For what I do here on this channel, photo, video editing, content creation, this is a beast. This is really good too. Trust me, this is not outdated by any stretch of the imagination. But the M5 takes it up a notch with some advancements. Now, if you have an M4, does that mean you need to run out and buy the M5? Not necessarily. If you are into the, let's say, AI development, LLMs and so forth, you need that extra power, that better neural engine processing inside the M5 chipset. That's where this is going to come into play. I believe it's about 30% better than the M4. But for other people out there like myself who do photo, video editing, just browse the web, you're doing some content creation, but you're not going crazy into the AI world just yet, because again, it depends on the apps that are developed for iPad. The M4 is more than enough, but this M5 has some other benefits to it as well. Let's talk about that. Okay, first and foremost, it's exactly the same chassis design. Everything's the same. There's no difference between these two when it comes to that. Still the same Ultra Retina XDR display, 1000 nits brightness, 1600 nits peak brightness with HDR content, P3 color gamut, all there, right? You got fantastic battery life on this, but the improvements on the M5 over the M4 is 50% battery within 30 minutes of charging. On this, it's slower charging. This is faster charging. You have the new C1X modem inside of this, Wi-Fi 7. For a lot of you out there, you won't care about that. It's not a big deal, right? If you run a SIM card or eSIM in this, then yeah, if you need it for data, you're gonna get better data, speeds and so forth like that. But if you're like, look, I use it mainly on Wi-Fi, you're not gonna notice much. I mean, there are Wi-Fi 7 routers out there, but Wi-Fi 6 is still predominantly used. So I think we're gonna be good for a while, but it's future-proofing it. One thing I love about the iPad Pro in particular is I can connect my Thunderbolt drive to this. And I'm pulling data back and forth like nothing. Editing photos, videos, all that stuff is fantastic right off that drive. And just makes it a lot easier. Plus background tasks, all that iPad OS 26, it's all there. I would say this is going to be the big upgrade for people that are coming from an M1 or maybe an M2. Then you're going to see a significant increase in performance and power and all that. And plus, guys, let me just tell you right now, to hold a tablet that's 5.1 millimeters thin, light, beautiful display, extremely powerful, and now running iPad OS 26, man, what a machine. But what was my big mistake? You're probably wondering at this point in time. Bob, you've been talking about all these features. We know that. What was my big mistake? You see this display, this glossy display, nano-textured all the way. When I got the review unit for this one, I opted for the glossy because I thought it'd be better for the blacks and better for color renditions and all that. And I saw the nano-textured in the UK when I went out there for the launch, and I wasn't sure. But then when I got my MacBook Pro M4 Max with the nano-textured display, and I started using it, I'm going, oh, this is such a great experience. And then I went to the store and I saw this in hand, the M4 version of it, not the M5, of course. And I started using it. I'm going, man, if I ever get a review unit for this one, when a new one comes out, I'm going nano-textured all the way. Nano-textured should be the default. You see less fingerprints, which is great because this thing is a fingerprint magnet, especially when you got a dark display like this. I mean, the moment you start touching icons and moving things around, within 5 minutes, you're seeing fingerprints all over the place. You do see them here, but it's not you really need to look. And when my display's on, I see nothing. It's great. The colors are great. The contrast is fantastic. You don't lose any sort of clarity or detail. It is so good. What Apple's done with their nano-textured technology on this display, it is breathtakingly beautiful, and it does not take you away or hinder you or limit you in your editing from photos, from video, nothing like that. And I do a lot of photo and video editing. I'm coloring a lot, right? This does not take away from that at all. And I shot a series of photos recently. I was over this 9 Emperors Festival. I'm trying to figure out exactly what this was here in Singapore a few days ago. And I was taking some photos. I was editing them on Lightroom. And I'm like, what an amazing display. Then I brought it over here just to try it out. And I wasn't missing anything. But you know what I was enjoying? Not seeing fingerprints all over the display. So if you're going to get an iPad Pro or another iPad that has a nano-texture display option, just get it. Trust me, you are going to love it. Now, it does come with a polishing cloth. I believe this is the new polishing cloth. So you want to clean it with this polishing cloth, but it comes in the box. If you want to buy one separately, I think there's a new one as well I saw online. Very nice. Apple makes a very nice polishing cloth. This is probably the nicest polishing cloth I've ever used in my life. Just, ooh, it's so smooth to the touch. Then, of course, we have the Apple Pencil. You can plug that on here, and you can use it accordingly. It's great. Magnetized to the top. It's exactly the same, And one thing I like about the iPad Pros here is that the camera, the center stage camera, is right in the center here. So I'm no longer on the previous iPads having to look to the side here. It's right in the center when you're looking at this. It's a 12-megapixel camera, very clear, really good for conferencing, Zoom calls, Microsoft Teams, FaceTimes. You are golden. The speakers on this are fantastic. It's such a great experience. And it reminds me a lot of the iPhone Air. As a matter of fact, I'm guessing the engineering from this went into this because to put that much power into a tablet, 5.1 millimeters thin. This is 5.6 if I'm not mistaken. Let's just hold them up together and just see for a second. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, it's just I think it's 5.6 millimeters thin. What Apple's doing with their engineering, durability, of course, with the Air, and obviously with these Pro machines here, man, this is an exciting time. If you're coming from an M1, M2, you go M5, you are good for a few years, man. I know next year or the year after it'll be an M6 and it'll keep getting better and better, but this is so damn good right now. I'm blown away. First impressions, we'll be doing a full review in the coming weeks as I get more time with it and seeing apps really take advantage of this M5 chipset. But right now, this thing's amazing. But go nano textured display. This is going to be what our Macs are going to be like. This thin and extremely powerful. Anyway, guys, that's it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like always, like, subscribe. Thank you so much for the support. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll chat to you all very, very soon. Bye.